In today's world, some young individuals have found themselves in serious trouble with the law. These kids, despite their age, have committed dangerous crimes that have led them to be incarcerated. In this video, we will tell you the 10 most dangerous kids who are currently serving time in jail for their actions. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates. Let's get into the video. Number 10. Nehemiah Grio. At 15, Nehemiah Grio committed a devastating crime in October 2015, taking the lives of his parents and 3 younger siblings in a brutal attack. Shocking the neighborhood, he pleaded guilty and initially faced a sentence aligned with his age, but in 2019, it was changed to an adult sentence of 3 consecutive life terms. Despite collaborating with the police during imprisonment, Nehemiah expressed deep remorse during his sentencing. He received credit for previous time served, meaning he must spend at least 30 years behind bars before parole eligibility. Nehemiah's family, particularly his sister, emphasized the severity of the crime and advocated for his continued incarceration. Number 9. Beaver Brothers. In 2015, the Beaver family faced a tragic incident in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, where 5 members lost their lives to a violent act. Amid the darkness, 2 young survivors, an infant girl and a young girl, emerged from the ruins. Despite the bleak scene, these brave survivors played a crucial role in bringing justice to their families. Shockingly, during the trial, the elder girl accused her brothers, Robert and Michael, of heinous crimes. Robert, at 18, and Michael, at 16, were arrested and later admitted to their crimes. Robert expressed a sinister ambition to become a legendary serial criminal. In 2017, he was sentenced to life in prison. Michael, too, was convicted and received 5 consecutive life sentences. Number 8. Roxana Sikorski. 17-year-old Roxana Sikorski faced a tense courtroom as her life hung in the balance, having plotted a terrible crime against her family at the age of 15. In 2014, she woke up with a horrifying idea to take her younger brother's life, driven by a sick desire to harm her family. Thankfully, her plot was foiled and her family survived. Roxana's adoptive mother, Lorraine Sikorski, pleaded for compassion, highlighting Roxana's need for continued psychological help. Roxana's adoptive father, Jeffrey, expressed concern about her safety in an adult jail, emphasizing her vulnerability. The trial revealed Roxana's traumatic upbringing and diagnosed her with reactive attachment disorder. In court, Roxana expressed genuine guilt, apologizing to her parents for her actions. Despite her involvement, the court considered her age and problematic history, sentencing her to 10 to 20 years in prison for rehabilitation and as an example for other juveniles. Number 7. James Fairweather. James Fairweather, born on May 17, 1998, in Colchester, Essex, gained notoriety for committing horrendous crimes that shocked the neighborhood and the entire country. Despite a seemingly average upbringing in a middle-class home, Fairweather's behavior took a dark turn during adolescence. In 2014, at the age of 15, he carried out a series of brutal attacks in Colchester town, terrorizing the community. Fairweather meticulously planned and executed his crimes, targeting vulnerable individuals in remote areas. His actions triggered shockwaves not only in Britain, but also in Saudi Arabia. After a thorough investigation, Fairweather was captured and revealed disturbing details during his trial, showcasing his infatuation with serial criminals. In 2016, he was sentenced to life in prison, with a minimum of 27 years before parole eligibility, serving as a stark reminder of the profound impact of violent acts on individuals and communities worldwide. Number 6. Jessica Caroline. 17-year-old Jessica Caroline found herself at the heart of a tragic event when she crashed her car into the Wyoming Medical Center, causing the deaths of 2 individuals. Standing before the judge, she admitted her guilt with a heavy heart, acknowledging the irreversible loss caused by her reckless actions. The incident occurred on a seemingly ordinary day as Jessica was driving near the hospital, but catastrophe struck when her car veered off the road, striking a sign and then the building itself. The crash claimed the lives of Brandon Avery and Amanda Strickland, both 27 years old. Speeding at 76 miles per hour and lack of seatbelt usage worsened the situation. Jessica was sentenced to 12 to 16 years in jail, leaving a community to grapple with the aftermath of the tragedy. serving as a stark reminder of the consequences of rash decisions. Number 5. Antonio Barau. Antonio Barau, along with another teenager, was accused of a terrible crime in September 2012, where they brutally took the life of his 78-year-old great-grandmother, Barbara Olson, using a hammer and a hatchet. Despite the shocking circumstances, Barau initially pleaded not guilty to first-degree intentional homicide. However, after months of court proceedings, he changed his plea to guilty because of mental illness as part of a plea deal. During the sentencing, Barau struggled to express remorse, and his defense lawyer read a statement on his behalf, acknowledging the pain he caused. A doctor revealed that cognitive deficits from a traumatic incident at age 10 may have influenced Barau's behavior. Ultimately, he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 36 years. Despite a glimpse of hope for freedom in 2048, the weight of his actions and the gravity of the punishment hung heavily in the courtroom. Number 4. Alisa Dei. In 2009, Alisa Dei, a 15-year-old from Missouri, committed a shocking murder that deeply affected the community. The victim, 9-year-old Elizabeth Fulton, suffered a horrific act of violence involving strangulation, stabbing, and slashing of her throat. The crime had a profound impact on the region, leaving lasting scars. After a thorough legal process, Dei was sentenced to life in prison, which is considered one of the harshest penalties for a juvenile offender. The court, however, allowed for the possibility of parole after a lengthy 35 years, emphasizing the severity of the crime and the need for a strong legal response. Number 3. Philip Chisolm. Philip Chisolm committed a terrible crime at Danvers High School, where he assaulted and killed his math teacher, Colleen Ritzer. The judge described Chisolm's actions as brutal and senseless, leading to a life term in jail. Colleen's family and friends spoke in court, expressing their memories and the pain caused by her loss. Despite the defense claiming a mental disorder, the jury rejected it, and Chisolm received a life sentence with a chance of release after 25 years. He also got a concurrent 40-year sentence for assault and robbery. Chisolm's mother apologized to the Ritzer family, while Chisolm showed no remorse. Number 2. Conrad Schaefer. 15-year-old Conrad Schaefer, along with his companion David Damas, carried out a violent shooting spree in Kissimmee, Florida, resulting in the tragic loss of innocent lives. The motive behind their heinous deeds was an unsettling sense of enjoyment. Investigations revealed that Conrad's father, Lothar Schaefer, had provided him with a gun just a day before the rampage, leading to criminal charges against Lothar for allowing access to the weapon and ammunition. Conrad Schaefer received 2 consecutive life sentences, but his attempts at apology were deemed insufficient by some victims' families. Despite Conrad's troubled childhood battling leukemia, it did not justify his violent actions. Lothar Schaefer faced legal consequences, pleading not guilty to a firearms charge and receiving a 4-month prison sentence with 2 years of probation. Number 1. Aiden Fuchi. In 2021, Aiden Fuchi made headlines when he was arrested for the murder of 13-year-old Tristan Bailey in St. Johns County, Florida. The case gained widespread attention due to the shocking nature of the crime and the young age of the individuals involved. Fuchi, a teenager at the time, and Bailey were acquaintances who were often seen together. The incident occurred in May 2021, with Bailey's body found in a forested area, having suffered a violent attack with 114 stab wounds. Fuchi, only 14 at the time, was charged as an adult with first-degree premeditated crime and eventually sentenced to life in prison in March 2023. The judge, Lee Smith, expressed the urgency to avoid unnecessary delays in the sentencing process. Fuchi's mother, Crystal Smith, was implicated in evidence tampering and pleaded no contest. She received a 5-year probation sentence and 30 days in jail. That's all for now. Like and share the video and follow us for more amazing content. Thanks for watching.